Hello people. Um, that last video seemed to go down well. Seems you all like gruesome, weird stuff. So I thought I would talk about the other clumsiness I've done. So I've worn a cast that went from my left leg, top thigh, all the way to my ankle, and I chose the colour blue, and I got everyone to write stuff on it. And I've been in a black boot. I just found that one for you. Right, the boot. The boot was in 2016. October was a little baby. And October, there we are. Photos and videos. Here we are. There's me in my boot. Stylish, isn't it? It goes right up to my knees. And all I can see is my big toe and second toe sticking out together. Originally, they did put me in a cast, which I was grateful for, because the pain was indescribable. I was literally just walking and then I wasn't. It was quite nowhere. But I went, because it was like so late in the evening by the time they got to see me. For quickness, they put me in this cast, which didn't bother me because I've been in a cast before. So, yeah, then the next day I went back. They said that they were going to put me in a better cast, a proper one where they just got all the fancy layers and you can write on it. But then when I went back, they ended up putting me in the boot and put me on crutches. And it was interesting because after so long, the boot was allowed to be off. Well, the boot had to go off at night time when I was sleeping. It felt odd. I have to wake up in the morning, put the boot on to go to the toilet. And then eventually I didn't need the boot anymore. Or so the doctor said, but I still wore it occasionally. But the first time I put trainers on and walked in trainers, felt like I had 1 foot in trainers and 1 foot in high heels. It's the only way I can think of describing it. So yeah. Okay, so what happened was I was pushing baby Toby in his pram, the carry cart bit, just walking. Then I wasn't walking. That's it. I wasn't walking. I got like a sprain. I think it was a sprain. They gave me a black boot anyway to wear and some crutches. And I had family fussing. Let me look after Toby for you. Let me do this. And I got lucky because the house was quite narrow, so I was able to put both of my hands either side of the walls and hop along through, because the kitchen was like an alleyway. Then there was a step that went into the first living room, because we had 2 living rooms, and it was made it so much easier. I didn't need to do much, and because Toby was so small, so I would use one of my crutches to pull on the handle of slowly pulling him across to me when he needed anything from me, and then I just hold onto the walls and hop along either side and make his bottles over one of those Tommy Tippy prep machines. So that was really simple. I could make bottles, I could move him around, I could hold on to him. And it was really well. I looked after the baby with a poorly foot. It was really well. The other one was the cast picture. I was dancing to a song called The Boy Does Nothing. I tried to copy her dance moves and epically failed. That was the loudest crack I've ever heard in my entire life. Was the sound of my kneecap breaking. And after the X-ray, it was only classed as a hairline fracture. I was thinking of like hairline fractures as like a tiny piece of your hair, but the pain was unreal, and I had to have gas in there so they could straighten my leg out, so they could X-ray it. So much went on. So crazy. But I had a cast. Oh, there's so much going on. But yeah, I'm good now. I still can't do certain things. Like if I'm like stairs are fine. If I'm climbing something like rocks, you put your foot down, then your knee takes all the weight. My bad knee can't take all the weight. To learn how to walk all over again. And it was just so intense. But then I found out the other day I've got this on my hand. Right in the middle. It was like a lump, like a boil, I would guess. I don't know, but I picked it and now it's gone small. It was slightly painful, so I put a plaster on, but it wouldn't stay on. I want to show you my arm. If you seem fascinated by me lately. So I have this purple rash on my arm. Don't know if you can see. It only shows up when I'm really cold. Basically, if I press on it, disappears. It's on my arm. So all over my hands. It looks like someone's been bruising me. Like it's not on that hand or that arm. The arm's fine, but it doesn't really show up very well unless I'm really cold. But you can sort of, don't know if it'll work. You sort of press on it and then it just sort of disappears. I'll make a video if I can to show you because it's really cool. So it's a very good conversation starter, and it's got a name that I can't pronounce that involves every letter in random order of the alphabet. It's one of them kind of big names. I got diagnosed when I was a kid. I was told I could have laser surgery to remove it, and they would start off by doing it on the back of my hand. It was sort of like the laser would pinch my skin. That would be like a test, and if it worked, they could do the rest of my arm. But I freaked out and I didn't have it, and I wish I had, because now if I want to, I have to go private, and I'm not paying for it. I do not really like it that much, but it doesn't hurt. It does, however, make people look at my arm. I'm not a fan of having my arm out. Unless it's a really sunny day, like really, really, really warm, then I'll have my arm out, but I don't really have my arm out. Yeah. That's it then, I suppose. Bye.